Spotter's on 450. Get ready. Right hold, send it. You are fastly becoming one of my new favorite people. Right favor, right favor. Okay, good. Right on the center line, but it landed at the very 6 o'clock of the target.
This week on Red River Outdoors, we are taking a long-range precision shooting class with Randy DeHay, former Green Beret Sniper, at Red River West near Gainesville, Texas.
That's alluding to natural point aim. So when we get started, and even if you are experienced, humor me, I'm going to have you set up your natural point of aim before or every time you establish your firing position. So now, just because I've done it so much, as soon as I lay down behind the rifle, my natural point of aim is in the ballpark, if not right on, just through repetition. Regardless of his experience, this is a perishable skill. Shoot every chance you get. Debbie and I were talking yesterday. This is extremely true in long-range marksmanship. This is the one discipline, not to sound like a snoot, but no matter what anybody's credentials are, they can tell me they're from Mount Olympus and they're a sniper god, but I'm not going to take their word for it until I actually see them shoot, because it is such a perishable skill. Let's go. And you have shading on the right due to improper eye relief. The shading pushes the impact of your rounds the opposite direction. All right, so if you get shading on the right, your rounds land on the left. You got shading on the top, your rounds will land on the bottom, and so on and so forth. So we've got proper trigger finger placement, right? We're regulating our breathing, so we're breathing nice and natural. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. So as soon as I get that natural respiratory pause, I break the shot. And then, of course, I want you to have follow-through. So notice once I press the trigger...
After about an hour of classroom training, we are heading out to the 100-yard range to re-verify our 100-yard zero.
Have it settle, and if you're doing everything correctly as far as body position, the scope should land where the target is in view.
So direct sunlight, hide it underneath your mat or underneath the cap, all that good stuff.
Is this okay?
Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. As long as it's just not sitting exposed,
Gotcha.
In order to bore sight this bad boy, we take the bolt out of the gun, sandbag the rear, and then you're looking straight through the bore of the firearm. And I want you to put your intended target right in the center of the bore as you're looking at it. Again, the gun's sandbagged so it's not moving. And then without touching the weapon system, look through your scope, and then you can make corrections utilizing that bore. I.e., you want to be able to look through the bore and have the target in the center, and then move the crosshairs of the scope to where they're on the target also. So it takes you a couple of minutes. It could save you a lot of rounds and a lot of heartache to do that before you get started. So that'll get you in the general ballpark, actually putting the rounds on paper so you're not chasing stuff. Feet are a little bit wider, shoulder width apart, and my heels are as flat as physically possible. And then this cool little strap, if you have one, you can use it to help load the bipod. So it'll keep the gun from walking forward as you apply pressure. So like we talked about, we got a rear bag right here with our non-firing hand. And so I'm squeezing the rear bag because that creates that buffer between my actual body and the gun, so I don't see my heart rate in the crosshairs. And then I can make finite elevation adjustments with this rear bag as well. So I'm pulling the rifle into my shoulder with my firing hand, and then I'm leaning forward with my body a little bit to create the opposite and opposing forces and load that bipod. And then of course, once you take up that sight picture, I want you to double check your natural point of aim, and we talked about that in the classroom. Make sure that's squared away. Once it is, then I want you to regulate your breathing, have proper trigger finger placement. Once everything's nice and relaxed, I want you to press that trigger on your natural respiratory pause. Remember your follow through, maintain the fundamentals throughout the shot and after, and then once that's done, go ahead and manipulate the bolt, maintain your firing position as far as cheek to stock weld, and then go ahead and repeat that process throughout the entire 5-round string of 5. Once everybody's down behind the rifle, you can go ahead and declare the firing line hot. You can go ahead and load and make ready with 5 rounds or whatever amount of ammo your weapon system will hold. Once the line is hot at your own pace, we're starting at the top dot. 5 good rounds, center of the top dot. Once you're done, you've got a bolt gun, crack open the bolt, gas gun, lock the bolt to the rear, leave everything there. You can stand up. That's my cue to know that you're done, and kind of gets you to shake it out a little bit. Everybody good with that? All right, before we forget, eye protection, ear protection, go ahead and put that on, please. Go ahead and get Brian, you're target 7, and then Debbie, you are target 8.
I'm target 8.
Target 8.
Change
Remember, maintain that firing position as best you can throughout the whole string of fire.